These are the 48 laws of breakups. And if you fail to adhere to any of these 48 laws, the relationship gods shall banish you to purgatory to atone for your mistakes. Okay, you won't be banished, but failing to follow these laws can pretty much guarantee that your breakup will become permanent. These laws are obviously based upon Robert Greene's seminal book, The 48 Laws of Power. This spin that I'm going to give you based upon that book will arm you with the power, seduction, and strategy to navigate your breakup. Not only will these laws equip you with what's necessary to become your best self after your breakup, these laws will have your ex regretting the breakup and begging you to take them back. Law number 1, always outshine your former self. Your breakup happened for a reason. There was something that you did or didn't do that contributed to them deciding to leave you. You were a poor communicator, you shut down emotionally, whatever it is, trust issues, whatever it is, you need to overcome those challenges during this time and rise to a new and improved version of yourself. Because when your ex comes back around and they see that you still haven't changed from your former self, they'll leave again. Law number 2, never put too much trust in your friend's advice. Look, your friend's advice is and they're biased. They're team you. They're going to take your side. They're going to rub Vicks Vapor Rub on your chest and tell you everything's going to be okay, that you don't need your ex and move on. That's not good advice. Law number 3, conceal your intentions. This is the time for you to go dark. No social media posts, no speaking to mutual friends of your ex, no going out with their mom for coffee every Sunday like you used to do. It's time for you to go dark and conceal your intentions on what you're doing. Law number 4, always say less than necessary. The biggest mistake that I've seen people make over the years is saying too much. Seduction and attraction is 90% nonverbal, just like communication. And people mess up the progress that they made and really close themselves off from getting their ex back because they say too much. They say the wrong things. They let their anger get the best of them. They let their emotions get the best of them. And they say too much and it pushes your ex away. So this time, say less than necessary. Law number 5, so much depends on reputation. Guard it with your life. Breakups are essentially you displaying behavior that makes your ex not confident about being with you in the future. So your ex decides to leave you, and your behaviors, your negative behaviors after the breakup contribute to that perception of who you are that made them leave you. Neediness, insecurity, desperation, fear contribute to the perception of you, which is, I don't want to be with this version of you. Fear-based behaviors will contribute to your ex permanently breaking up with you. Be careful with how you present yourself during this time. Law number 6, court attention at all costs. Breakups are not a one-size-fits-all type of deal. So if your ex is reaching out to you, take advantage, but understand that there's a right way to do it and there's a wrong way to do it. And if you mess that up, then you're really messing up the chances of your ex reaching out to you again. Law number 7, force yourself to do the work. Your relationship fell apart because there was something that you did or something that you weren't doing. Trust issues, issues from your childhood, maybe you cheated, whatever it is. Now is the time to laser in on those issues, because when your ex comes back and they see that you still can't get a grip on that anger, what do you think they're going to do? So now is the time to focus on discipline versus motivation. This is something that should excite you to say, wow, now I have the opportunity to work on the issues that need to be overcome. Law number 8, make your ex come to you. It was their decision to leave. It's going to be up to them to come back. But when they come back, they have to pursue you. They have to earn you back. Let them come to you. Law number 9, win through your actions. Your actions speak louder than any word that can come out of your mouth. Law number 10, avoid the unhappy and unlucky emotions. I know your breakup is a very gut-wrenching and agonizing and painful time for you. You have a lot of negative self-talk. There's a lot of things swirling around in your head that don't really do you any favors. There's a lot of negativity there. I'm not good enough. I'm unwanted. These are all unhappy and unlucky emotions that you're leading with fear, desperation, and insecurity. What do you think your ex is going to feel when they get a dose of that from you? You think that's going to attract them or repel them? As soon as you have a negative thought, check it immediately. Don't allow negative and unhappy and unlucky thoughts to enter your head. Michael Jordan said, why would I think about missing a shot that I haven't even taken?
It became personal with me.
Cut that negative self-talk. Law number 11, learn to keep your ex dependent on you. Reattracting your ex is all about seduction. And understand that your ex does not want to break up with you. Use the space and absence and mystery to your advantage to lure them back in. Less is more when it comes to seduction and attraction. You're planting a seed with your absence. Allow that seed to germinate and lure them back in. And they'll do it willingly if you do this correctly. Law number 12, use scarcity to ensnare your ex. We all know that throughout society, it's no different. Things that are in limited quantity, things that we deem as exclusive, are seen as higher value. Things that are in mass quantity, that's mass marketed, that we see all the time, things that are in heavy rotation, we see it as low quality. We take it for granted. You make your attention scarce. You make yourself scarce. That dries up your value. That dries up the perception that your ex has of you. It makes your ex curious. Your mystery makes them ask questions. Because especially if you are over texting, you're fighting for them, and you all of a sudden pull back, it makes the antennas go up and say, well, that's different. We all put higher value on things that are exclusive to us, things that are out of reach. Law number 13, appeal to your own self-interest. This breakup is not about getting your ex back. It's about getting you back. You have to ask yourself, how can I use this breakup to my advantage? This can be the worst thing to ever happen to me, or it can be the best thing to ever happen to me. This is not about your ex. This is about you. Law number 14, pose as a friend, work as a spy. Be kind to yourself during this time. Like I said, there's a lot of negative thoughts that are swirling through your head. Be your own best friend. Be your own cheerleader. Be your best teammate, but also be merciless and ruthless against your flaws, against your lower self. Allow strength and courage and power to stomp out that lower self and rise to your higher, most thriving self. Law number 15, crush your lower self totally. That doubt, that fear, that desperation, that insecurity. Stomp that shit the fuck out immediately. Law number 16, use absence to increase value and respect. Your absence makes you larger than life. Again, saying less will increase your value. But just don't use this space to disappear. It's what you do with going dark that matters the most. Law number 17, keep your ex in suspended terror. You disappearing adds an element of unpredictability, and all of the things in society that we see as unpredictable keep us on edge, keeps us exciting. Roller coasters, horror movies, urban legends, things like Bigfoot. There's an air of unpredictability about it. And these are the things that are mysterious and they keep us a little bit afraid, things that go bump in the night. Seduction cannot exist without an element of fear. Your ex has to fear that you're gone for good. That makes them rethink their decision. So without creating an air of terror and unpredictability, we take for granted the things that are, again, in constant rotation. Because we see that it's always going to be there. We take it for granted. And we've seen this play out a couple of years ago. When certain things were removed from the marketplace, what happened? It drove up the demand. It made us take notice. Law number 18, do not build fortresses around yourself. During this time, you just want to lay under the covers and just never come out. I've been there before. You don't want to leave. You don't want to call your friends. You want to skip work. You don't want to go to the gym, but you cannot build a fortress around yourself during this time. You have to surround yourself not just with family and friends. Go out and have fun and live life. Hire a coach. Go to church, go to the mosque, join a sports league, join a mastermind group, join a coffee club, whatever it is, a gun club, whatever it is. Do not isolate yourself. That's the worst thing you can do during this time. Law number 19, know what you're dealing with. You're asking to get your ex back. That's a tall task to climb. Many of you who want your ex back, you really don't know what it takes. You have to have the mindset to even do something like this. You truly have to be ready for what you're asking.
Winning has a price, and leadership has a price.
Are you willing to pay the cost that it takes to get your ex back, to learn these concepts, to step outside of your comfort zone, to think outside of the box, to face your fears, to overcome challenges? Most people think it's just go no contact for 30 days and that's it. That's what every other coach on here says. That's what every other guru tells you to do, right? And what happens? You're back at square one, still searching for answers, because that advice is cosmetic. That advice is incomplete. No contact brings your ex back, but it won't make them stay. What makes them stay is the work that you do during that absence. You can't just sit with your thumb up your behind and wait for your ex to come back and just go to the gym and watch videos. It's a lot more work for you to do. Law number 20, do not commit to your ex quickly. Your ex has shit to prove to get you back. And I've seen this from coaching over the years, coached hundreds of people over the years. When their ex comes back, they're ready to jump right back into a relationship. No, Pinocchio.
No.
They got work to do. This is the beginning. There's a lot more that you need to see from them to want to commit. Law number 21, play a sucker to catch a sucker. Too many people broadcast everything. They telegraph everything. Look, don't tell anyone that you're going no contact. No contact doesn't even exist outside of the lexicon of social media. Don't tell anyone that you're doing that, especially your ex. Law number 22, transform weakness into power. Breakups leave you weak, but are you going to stay in this weakness, or are you going to use this as fuel to become your higher self and step into power? That is the mindset that gets your ex back. The 4 C's, confidence, charisma, courage, and composure. This is what gets your ex back. Staying in your weakness, staying in your heartbreak. And I get it. Look, I get it. It hurts. This is probably the most challenging thing that you've ever had to endure. You want to know what gets your ex back? Stepping into strength. Stepping into power. Stepping into self-love. We're using this breakup as seeing that your house is on fire and waking you the fuck up and getting your shit in order. Law number 23, concentrate your forces. You have to have a one-track mind during this time. How do I make myself better? Not just for my ex, but for myself. That's the only thing that I need to focus on. I'm shifting my mindset. I'm focusing on my transformation. Whether my ex comes back or not, it doesn't matter. I'm focusing on using this as the greatest opportunity that I have to uplift myself. One track, laser focus, T2000, Terminator spirit. One track mind, one goal, period. I will stop at nothing to crush my lower self and rise to the person who I know I need to become. Law number 24, play the perfect courtier. There's a right way to handle your breakup, and then there's a wrong way to do it. I've made so many mistakes during this chapter that you probably wouldn't believe. It's what made me a coach. I didn't get my exes back because I made all of the mistakes that I talk about. All of the mistakes that you're making, I made them times 10. Focus on progress, not perfection. Don't be too hard on yourself. The next day, get right back on that horse and try to be as correct as possible. But you need to know what to do and what not to do to go down this path and achieve the goal that you want. Law number 25, recreate yourself. This breakup is about your transformation. It's not about your ex. If you're coming on this channel and you see content from me anywhere, not just on this platform, but anywhere, you're not going to get tips and tricks and just go 30 days or just go to the gym. You're not getting fluff advice here. You're not getting homogenized, copy and pasted, cosmetic, surface level advice. We're going deep over here. And if that scares you, then I suggest you go somewhere else where they're going to feed you some warm milk and, rub Vicks Vapor Rub on your chest. We don't do that over here. I'm not ever going to be mean to you. You might think I'm aggressive. You might think that. No one that I've ever worked with, no one that Coach Opus and I have ever worked with, rest in peace to motherfucking Coach Opus, man. I miss you. I love you. He's right here. He's right here. Coach Opus is right here. Coach Opus is right here. And you know what he would tell you. I'm the nice one. I was always the nice one. Coach Opus will get up in your behind and tell you what you need to do. I'm the guy in the blazer that's going to be nice to you and say it in a diplomatic way. But we're saying the same thing.
You want to be like 86, peace out, see ya, never, and just gone, disappear. Let them reach out to you.
Missed that boy. But this channel is all about your transformation. This is not about your ex. Go somewhere else if you just want tips and tricks that are not going to get you anywhere. Come here if you want to really do the work. And this chapter of your breakup is about you and your transformation. It's time for you to recreate yourself. Your ex sees you in a certain light. That's why they broke up with you. To get them back, they need to see growth. You might say, some people in the comment, well, what about my ex's issues? We're not talking about them. Again, this is not about your ex. This is about you. You have to get yourself back. If you don't get yourself back, you're not going to get your ex back. Getting your ex back is a byproduct. It's a side effect of getting you back. You have to focus on your transformation during this time. Change makes people curious. So if your ex comes back around and they see, yeah, you lost 20 pounds. You did something with your hair. You're wearing fragrance now. You're dressing better. You learned a new language. You're in therapy. Your emotional intelligence is higher now. You're much calmer now. You're more vulnerable now. You're open with your emotions. You can articulate your emotions now. You don't have any anger issues. You're not jealous anymore. You're not arrogant anymore. It's time to recreate yourself, whether your ex comes back or not. Law number 26, keep your hands clean. Your ex leaving may cause you to become angry. It may allow you to become bitter. It may allow you to become jaded. Stay away from that. Stay away from the negative emotions. They don't do you any favors. Law number 27, deviate your ex's belief. Again, your ex decided to break up with you because they don't feel confident that you'll ever change, or they believe that you'll fail to live up to the potential that they have set for the relationship, the potential that they see in the relationship. Your ex doesn't want to break up with you. Change that perception, change that belief. Law number 28, interactions with boldness. Again, there's a time to be heartbroken, but there's a time to get off the fence and stop being a fence sitter and decide, I'm choosing strength. I'm choosing to let go of them. I'm choosing power. It's either 100 or nothing. Ain't no 99%. You're either all in with this or you're not. Law number 29, plan all the way to the end. I had someone tell me that last night. I said, what's your strategy for this breakup and to get your ex back? And he said, I'm just winging it. You are going to fail if you don't have a step-by-step strategy. That's where my program comes in. I help people develop a tailored, specific strategy from the rooter to the tutor, from day 1 to day 3065. I tell you what to do, what not to do. But if you don't have a plan to do this correctly, you're going to fail. And you need to plan all the way to the end. And that doesn't mean when your ex comes back. I mean, even beyond that, because what good is it if they come back, believe again? Law number 30, make your accomplishments seem effortless. Look, a breakup it hurts. It's a dagger to the heart, but the obstacle is the way. Welcome this challenge. Welcome this pain. Welcome this heartbreak. Welcome these fears, because on the other side of those emotions lies something amazing. On the other side of those emotions lie your growth. On the other side of those emotions lie courage. On the other side of those emotions lie happiness and joy and freedom. Welcome this pain. And when you can overcome this and you take it in stride, you can seem like a god or a goddess amongst mere mortals. Law number 31, control the options. This can either be the best thing that ever happened to you or the worst. You have the power to change the narrative. Again, my ex left. Oh my God, I feel like death. No, my ex left. This is amazing. This is a huge opportunity for me to focus on the things that contributed to it. Man, whether my ex comes back or not, if they decide to leave, I have to deal with that. But man, this is a cycle that's happening. My last few relationships ended like this. And this is what happened with me, man. A lot of the women that I was heavily interested in, they all left me because of my insecurities, because of my fear, because of my cluelessness. And the last time that it happened 2 days after my dad died, right? You don't think that I was laser focused on this shit will never happen again. Everything was surreal during that time. I said, I got to figure this out right now because I can't stomach this happening again. My dad is gone. And I know what he would tell me right now. He would tell me to get it to fucking together. I said, no more. This result will never happen again. It was a wake-up call. This is your wake-up call. Law number 32, play to people's nightmares. You cannot have seduction without fear. Fear is a great motivator. Let your absence strike fear into your ex's heart that they decided to break up with you. Hey, you want it, you got it. You break up with me, I'm gone for good. Your ex will not expect that. Exes don't expect that. Law number 33, discover your thumbscrew. Breakups bring about a lot of negative emotions in us because we were abandoned by our dad when we were younger, or our mother left us and split the family apart, or the last person we were with, they cheated on us and now we're shut off. So we have trust issues, we have abandonment issues, we have self-image issues because we were bullied, and our ex leaving us has allowed these fears and limiting beliefs to become amplified. You have the freedom and the opportunity to work on those issues and eradicate them or manage them to the point where they're not detrimental to your life. This is a huge opportunity to crush your lower self. Again, cannot be stressed enough. Law number 34, be royal in your own fashion. And I'm not talking about the clothes that you wear. I'm talking about being regal. I'm talking about carrying yourself like a king or a queen during this time. Now is the time to create a new kingdom and a new regime. Yes, kingdoms lose wars and battles, but your regalness shall always rise through. Do not allow this breakup to break you. Law number 35, master the art of timing. This is the time of patience and strategy. Every decision has a consequence. Understand how your decisions affect you down the line, not just in the moment. Law number 36, disdain the things you cannot have. The people who get their ex back detach from the outcome of getting their ex back. And this is a gem right here. This is something I've never said outside of my coaching sessions. They actually look down on getting their ex back. Not because they don't want them, but they put getting themselves back as a priority. They set a precedent and say, I want to be my best self. And if that means losing my ex, give me my best self every single day. Law number 37, create compelling spectacles. Seduction is also about curiosity. Again, reinvention, changing your appearance, getting another job, losing weight, putting on some muscle mass, doing something daring and adventurous, and then after a while showing it on social media. Something is different about them. What did this breakup do to this person? Did them leaving cause them to become better? That's interesting. That makes me curious. I want to find out about that. Law number 38, think as you like, but behave like others. When a mutual friend of you and your ex, when they reach out, or your ex's mom or dad or brother reaches out, show that vulnerability, but also say less than necessary, because having an arrogance, oh, I didn't need them anyway. I mean, they know that that's not true. They know that you're hurt over this. So show that vulnerability. Say, yeah, I do miss them, but I got to move on. I'm got to live my life. I got a great life, but yeah, do I want them back? Yeah, but I'm moving on. I wish them nothing but the best. Law number 39, stir up waters to catch fish. Your ex has an expectation of you. They know that you want them back desperately. It's time to flip the script. They do not expect you to go no contact, because no one handles breakups like that. Again, this no contact thing, it only exists online. You go down that path of self-improvement and disappearing, that stirs up curiosity and mystery. And again, terror, which is needed during the seduction process. Law number 40, despise the free lunch. This breakup and getting your ex back and experiencing the challenges that are going to be presenting itself to you, it's not easy. It's not easy, but you should welcome it. Because anything in life that's easy, it's not going to uplift you. It's not going to add any value to your life. You should want this shit to be hard. The hard shit is going to get you closer to the outcome that you want. Law number 41, avoid stepping into a great man's shoes. There's a certain way that most people handle breakups. It's not time to follow the conventional path. Using this time to transform yourself and reinvent yourself, that's unconventional. That's what most people don't do. And those people don't get their ex back. It's time to forge your own path and do the unconventional. Law number 42, strike the shepherd, scatter the sheep. Your ex broke up with you for a reason, and you were probably the catalyst for that reason. Now it's time to attack those flaws, attack that trauma, attack those detrimental things that caused the breakup.
Nah, I still look at Pornhub.
When you attack the root cause, the symptoms disappear. Let that marinate. Law number 43, work on your heart and your mind. You have to shift your mindset to become confident, composed, courageous, and charismatic. Period. You have to know what you're asking. I want my ex back. Okay, do I even have the mindset to do that? I'm a quarterback and I want to go take my team to the Super Bowl. Do you have the mindset of a champion? Do you have the mindset of a leader? Now is the time for you to develop the mindset to get the outcome that you want. But you have to heal first. You're dealing with a lot of painful emotions. You have to heal and then develop the mind. Law number 44, the mirror effect. What you feel is what your ex will feel about you. If you're fearful, they will be fearful about getting back with you. If you're not confident, they won't be confident in the relationship. If you're insecure, they won't be secure about you in the relationship. Whatever you feel, your ex will mirror back onto you, which makes your breakup permanent if those emotions are negative. If they're positive, your ex will mirror that back onto you. Law number 45, preach the need for change, but never reform too much. Don't try to do all of this at one time. This is where a coach comes in. Let me do the heavy lifting for you. Don't try to do this alone. Champions don't do it alone. Leaders don't do it alone. No one that you admire, no one that you look up to as far as a role model, whether that's out in the public eye or someone that you know privately. No one that you admire does it alone. Which leads me to law number 46, never expect perfection. Self-explanatory. Law number 47, do not go past the mark that you set. You're going to be rebuilding yourself back up, but don't let your confidence go into arrogance.
You cannot give me any advice.
Have a goal, but don't exceed that goal. Law number 48, assume formlessness. Just like Charlie Parker said, learn the notes, learn the chords, learn the scales, and forget all of that shit and just go play. No contact is a way to get your ex back, but understand that there will be a time that you have to break no contact. All of these laws, you understand them, but be like water, like Bruce Lee said.
Be formless, shapeless, like water.
And speaking of no contact is not going to work if you want to get your ex back. Assume formlessness. And this video up here is going to tell you exactly why no contact is not going to help you get your ex back. But it's also going to tell you what you need to do as a result. Go ahead and click on that video, and I'll see you on the flip side.